Okay, so we're back with another look at Ireland's Homes, Interiors and Living magazine. This time it's their September issue. It's another one of those bumper issues, and there's a lot of living in there, I have to say. They've got antiques, they've got cookery, they've got travel, they've got gardening. It's all in there. There's a lot going on outside of the homes, but obviously for us, we're interested mainly in the homes and the design and what's going on there. So we've picked out a couple of our favourites. They've actually got 5 homes in there this month, so we're not going to look at all of them, are we?
Yep.
But we'll have a look at a couple of our favourite features and a couple of our favourite homes. So I'll kick off, will I?
Yep.
You happy with
That's
that?
good, yeah.
So I've gone with, in the first instance, is actually this cover home. It really just caught my eye because of the sort of eclectic nature of what was going on. It's quite a blank white room, actually. It looks like a bit of a sort of square box. It's got lovely brickwork that's all been painted over, but it was kind of the choice of furnishings that caught my eye. It's a whole mix of sort of Scandi, mid-century modern, and just bright and bold colours. So, as I always do when I pick up a magazine, the first thing I did was begin just flicking through and scanning through the home, and I started to like what I saw, but then I realised actually a few things looked a bit odd. I was seeing like fire escape signs and things on the walls, and as I sat down to read it, I realised this actually is a B&B, so it's a business rather than a home, which is slightly unusual, and I was in two minds as to whether to talk about it for that reason, actually. But it was the homely nature of it that I really liked. So it was going through the different bedrooms, the living areas, the kitchen and the dining areas, and I thought all of them individually felt very homely. And if this was a small house of your own and you did it in this style, I think you'd be very happy with it. So quite a lot going on, as I say. There's that main living room with that lovely oak beam floor and that eclectic mix of furniture.
What do you like about it?
There's a lot of colour in it. There's a lot of pattern in it. There's a lot of design in it. Now, it seems to have all come from this B&B, I should have said. It's called Merchant's House and it's up in Derry. And the homeowner, Anne, has bought it over recently and done it up. And I just think it's got personality all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you agree?
I think it's the texture on the walls, and there's no really flat surfaces in it. And I think just the simple thing of stripping back the plaster and then going back to the brick and then painting the brick has given the room loads and loads of character.
Yeah.
And you can see the things that this lady has bought for this room. There's lots of quality. So she's done it tastefully, stripped back, but put quality accessories in, and that's elevated the whole space. And if you can do that, if you can spend a little bit of money on the smaller things, then the design all comes together.
Yeah.
And she's obviously working to a plan. It's so difficult. So often we go out to 10 different furniture stores and we find 10 different things that we like. We bring them together and they just don't tie up. But in this instance, she's working to an idea, and she's brought them together beautifully. So
yeah,
well
she
done.
Probably, like what you're saying there is right. She probably has been to 10 different furniture stores. In fact, she has. She names quite a lot of them, and quite a lot of them are high street stores as well. It's not all interior designers and flashy high end stores.
Yeah,
it's a mix of both. There is some of that as well, but also the high street stuff as well. But it's like you just said, she's curated it really well. She's brought all of that stuff together and made it work really cohesively. And actually, even if you look across the different rooms, like if you look across the pages, the little pops of blue in this room match the little pops of blue in this room. It's almost as if the rooms are coordinated together, although they all have different bits of personality and individuality. So I think she's kept certain things really, really simple and she's put an awful lot of design and sort of heart and soul into, her own personality into it as well. But
there is always a danger of going to 10 different places, choosing 10 individual things that we like and not having a plan. And the problem with that is you bring all those things back home, you put them in a room and you go, what have I done here?
Yeah.
And then you end up taking a lovely chair and it ends up in a spare bedroom as a bedroom chair. And so
you really had it earmarked for as a centerpiece somewhere. Yeah.
And so working to a plan is really, really important.
Yeah. And again, I think that has worked here. The other good thing about this, as I say, as I read on and realised this was a business and a B&B, is it give her the opportunity to make every room a little bit different. So there, again, as I say, there is a cohesive theme that goes through this whole home when it comes to pattern and style. But every room has different colours. It's all sympathetic to I think it's a Georgian house. I think it's from the sort of late 1800s, this house. So the big sliding sash windows have all been lovingly restored. The cornices have been restored. The original floors have been maintained or brought back to life and where they've been damaged. She has included some carpets and things there and some really modern twists on everything. I like the wall lights. I love the ceiling lights. They're very modern in this space, which is a very, traditional old Georgian space. And then you've got the colour on the things like the tiles. You've got stripes in the bathrooms and, really patterned wallpaper. She had a lot of fun with it, I have to say. And I think because it is a B&B that has lots of separate rooms, you can get to go wild in all of them, can't you? And just really let your imagination flow. So I actually think it looks like a sort of small boutique B&B. As far as I can tell from looking at the photos, maybe 5 or 6 rooms. But I think it would be a real delight to stay in. But I also really think it'd be a lovely place to live. So if you ever did convert it back, it's in the heart of Derry. It's got a little outside courtyard space there as well, which looks really lovely and sun-kissed. I think it would be a lovely place to holiday. But I also think it would be a really lovely place to live.
I think if you rented that as an Airbnb or as a bed and breakfast, you'd be absolutely delighted. You've really, really chosen well. She's contemporized the house, hasn't she? She's brought it into the modern era with her colour and taste, and just she's done a great job.
Yeah. And what's nice to see as well is because, and we're hearing it every day in the store here, aren't we? Like the greys and the whites have gone now, and we're just in the magazines, on the TV shows, and the customers that we talk to every day. With what we're doing more and more here at Neptune as well, it's more about pattern, it's more about texture, it's more about colour. Yeah. And those stripes and textures and patterns are coming in more and more. And this really, really, really embraces that in every room. And I think she's done a really good job. It's kind of risky. It's hard to get it right. Exactly like you said at the start, you're bringing so many ideas together. How do you coordinate them all? Yeah. But I think she's done a fantastic job of it. So yeah, well done.
Well done.
Maybe we'll come and see you. Maybe we'll come and stay some night.
Livability? What would you say?
Well, again, as I say, when I first read through this, I was in two minds about whether to even talk about it, because it's not, strictly speaking, a home. It is a business, and as I was reading through it, I thought, maybe I should review, talk about something else. But actually, the more I looked through it, the more I thought that every room in it felt very homely and felt like a home. And I have no doubt that if you were travelling here from abroad and you stayed here, you would definitely feel at home and well looked after. So yeah, I think it's very livable. I think you could live in any of those rooms or the house as a whole. So it's a good 8.5 for me. Like I really like the style and the bravery that they've put into it. Yeah, it's great.
I was going to say 8 out of 10 as well. So it's really nice. So check it out. We're going to add some of the images to the reel. So have a look at those as well. You'll see them up close.
Yeah, great. So really like that one. You got one that you've earmarked?
I have one that I've earmarked, but I've gone to Vermont.
Oh.
To our American friends.
We've gone overseas.
Yeah, we're going overseas. So I really like this one. It's again, we'll add pictures to the reel, but I like it because it's a house off the countryside, in the countryside, and the couple are a couple from Norway and Ireland, and the lady says that she's got Ireland in her blood and bones, and you can really see that. It kind of reminds me of West Cork and Kerry and the beautiful mature forests and so on. But what I really love about it is there is so much. It's just really homely. It's the kind of place that the minute you walked into it, you would just feel completely relaxed. And there is something about natural materials that really, for me, make the home. I think human beings just like being, in a space where you can see nature again. Mm-hmm. But you also have the rough cut timber in the eaves of the room.
Yeah.
And every element of it is tasteful. Yeah. You've got I was just going to say, I knew you would like this one for that reason. I know you love natural materials, and just as soon as you open the first few pages, everywhere you're just seeing rough cut timber clad on the walls. You're seeing, like you were about to say, before I interrupted you, sheepskin. You've got
timber everywhere, and then every window just looks out into the forest. So everywhere you look, you're seeing the outside, and it just really feels like it's coming in.
And this is particularly my taste, having this kind of colour wash effect on the outside of the house. I think it just fits into the landscape perfectly.
Yeah, it feels unobtrusive, and insofar as there's a lot going on there with the sort of height of the vegetation and stuff outside, but from inside, it just looks, it really feels like, if you look at that image there, and I know we'll put a better image up on the screen so people can see this properly.
Yeah.
It really feels like you're outside and you're right in the middle of the countryside there. Vermont's meant to be beautiful. I don't know much more than that about it.
Well, I know, looking at this place, I can imagine sitting there in front of a big fire with a nice glass of red wine, having some nice food and cuddling up on the sofa. So for me, it's...
Not with me.
Definitely not with Joe. But even then you go into the kitchen, and the kitchen's a rich green colour. And again, that green brings you into the nature.
The kitchen really caught my eye because, as you said at the start, he's Scandinavian.
Yeah.
And she's Irish. And the first few pages, you can see Scandinavia everywhere. And then when you look at the kitchen, you definitely feel, oh, we're back in Ireland again here. I think maybe she's had a part to play in that. And it's painted green as well, so maybe I'm being a bit stereotypical there. But it's definitely the plain shaker style cabinets. It's got a big range cooker. The gold handles, which we're seeing everywhere at the minute, and even just the wooden open shelving, it's very reminiscent of a lot of what we see.
Yeah,
what we see here, isn't it?
I also think the rooms are small enough to be cozy, but at the same time, there's an airiness to them. So if you look at, for example, some of the bedrooms, the pitched roofs in the bedrooms gives that sense of space, but the footprint of the room looks small.
Yeah, it's a really fair point, actually, which I hadn't noticed, because usually when you look at American houses, because they have a lot of space, it's almost as if it can be difficult to fill the space and get the interior design right, can't it? But the proportion of these rooms does feel more European, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's a bit more like what we're used to seeing.
Now, this is also a holiday home, so as a holiday home, you need lots and lots of beds, and usually for the kids. And I love built-in bunk beds. I think they're great.
They're cool.
And they've on what page is it? 93. They have 4 built-in bunk beds. Have a look at this if you're planning to have lots of children over and you need that kind of space. It's just a great space saver. And they've done it with what looks like big cuts of, I don't know,
Norwegian spruce,
something like that. But it's just really, really well done. Very tasteful, beautiful space. The boot room, another design tip that we use quite a lot here in Neptune, is rough cut timber against the wall. Again, it softens the space and it just makes it that much more homely. Really, really great design. I love it. And again, that patio area outside, I think it looks like the kitchen area where you can sit in nature. Get as much nature in as possible, get your lighting right, and you'll have a lovely, cozy home.
Yeah, amazing. And this is, you mentioned it's a holiday home. I didn't read through this all. It's not a B&B.
No.
It's the couple's own holiday home. Yeah, maybe that explains the sort of slightly smaller proportions then. And obviously, with them both being European, maybe that's exactly what they like. But yeah, that outside space with a balcony as well looks amazing. I mean, I think this scores highly for me. It's probably the same for you, isn't it?
I'm kind of over 9 on this.
Yeah, it's a good. You could definitely move in and live in this house, no problem. I wouldn't keep it as a holiday home. It would be my main home, but it's beautiful. Like,
yeah. So I'm gonna say 9.5. I actually can't find anything wrong with it. I think it's just really beautiful. 9.5.
It's a really good one. Yeah, it's a 9 from me as well. Love it.
Yeah, and just refer back to the magazine. There's lots and lots of good design ideas there for you. So have a look at that one.
Yeah, and there are more homes in there as well. But we're going to look at a couple of other just small little things as well. I mentioned at the beginning that there's a lot in here. We're not going to look at all of the features because there's just too many, to be honest. But one thing that caught my eye was near the front here. It's the inclusion of this little page on just scalloped things, scalloped rugs, scalloped furniture, mirrors, lamps. We're just seeing quite a bit of it. I don't know if it's a trend that will last forever, but the reason I mentioned it is because we're sitting under these lights. And Maisie did, and Rattan's something else that's mentioned on that page actually. But Maisie did a little video, Maisie, our interior designer here, a few weeks ago, sorry, that was very well received, just talking about how beautiful these lights are and, you know, what a difference it makes to your room when you bring in a sort of a playful element like that. And these, the magazine has obviously picked up on what Maisie was saying and decided to run a little feature on that as well. So there's a few good ideas in there for you if you want to play around with sort of colour and texture and this nice scallop idea that we have up over our heads here.
I like the colours they've used in there. I like the colour on that wall and the architrave painted in a different colour. And just again, moving away from boring white, just adding that splash of colour makes such a difference.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing so much more of that now, aren't we?
In other news, we have to, I haven't had my lunch yet, so we have to talk about
this.
So we have to talk about food, and there's nothing like a really good toasted sandwich on sourdough bread. So my mouth is actually watering on page 129 of the magazine how to do a proper toasty.
That looks amazing.
It does look amazing. So I'm going to be going home shortly, and that's what I'm going to be putting on.
Toasties for lunch then?
Toasties for lunch.
Great. What else? We don't need an outro, do we? No. That'll do. I think that was a good way to finish it on the toasties, wasn't it?
Yeah.